Hi there, it's Sam from poodles.co.uk. Thank you very much for joining me today. Today's project is this one, and this is a box made by my team, sort of, kind of. I do a weekly team call with my team, Facebook Live into my team group every single Tuesday, and I've done it forever since Facebook Live came along. And every now and again I will do crazy live crafting with them, and so we had our year-end recognition and Christmas party just a couple of weeks ago, obviously before Christmas, and during that, when I do things like that with the team, I always let them challenge me to make a project. And so in this case I said, do you want me to make a bag or a box? And they said box, and then they told me everything. I made the box outer, they chose the paper, the ribbon, how it closed at the top, they chose what to put on the front, they also chose to have crazy pandas with these spooky eyes. And yeah, it was all down to them, and it's always so much fun when we do that. And it's literally, I'm sat here with an empty sheet of grid paper, nothing planned, and I let them go with it. So this was their version. Yeah, I think the pandas gave some people some sleepless nights. Not so great, but we're going to make a version of it today, slightly less crazy. So you need a piece of cardstock that measures, oh, I've lost my note, I've put my paper over my notes. 8.5 by 11 if you work in 8.5 by 11 paper. If you work in International A4, yours will have to be 8.25 by 11 inches. So basically, you need as much width that way as possible beyond 8 inches, because this is a 2, 4, 6, 8 boxes, 2, 4, 6, 8 all the way around, and then obviously you need a little bit, you know, a space to put glue down. But we like to work no longer than 11 inches. Oh, I've taken that side off. So that's your piece of cardstock. 8.25 by 11, 8.5 by 11 if you can. Metric 21 by 28. And you also need 4 panels of designer series paper. And I have got this beautiful new paper that is coming 3rd of January. And you need 6 3/4 as the length, because the box is 2 inches by 2 inches by 7 inches. Which is 5 by 5 by 18 centimetres. So 6 3/4 by 1 3/4. So we'll have 4 panels of that. 1, 2, oops, wrong one. And the final one, 4. So I think I need to change that blade. Right, and that leaves me with 2 good sized pieces of cardstock, paper. So they're prepped and ready. Let's get my scoring tool out. Okay, so lemon lime twist, absolutely gorgeous, love this colour, with black. On its own, not so much. So on the long side, score it at 2 inches and 9 inches, which in metric is 5 and 23. On the long side, on the short side even, score it at 2, 4, 6 and 8, which is 5, 10, 15 and 20. We also need to make marks in the top. Now I did put a score line in there, but I changed my mind on it. So you need to put a mark so we can get the diagonal lines. So that's 1, 3, 5 and 7, which is 2.5, 7.5, 12.5 and 17.5. Just at one side. That box was literally made on the fly, because I had nothing prepared. They just said, I said, do you want me to make a card or a box? And they went, box, box, box. Written, so much fun. This is what happens, and I think there was 50 odd on the call at the time. I think we had 400 or 500 comments telling me what to do. Absolutely barking mad. So much fun. I could hear them laughing, even though I couldn't actually hear them laughing because it was Facebook Live, it was comments, but I could tell they were all cracking up. Wicked lot. Okay, so that's my diagonal lines put in at the top, and that's going to give me this close up here, or a version of it anyway. So come along and burnish your vertical and horizontal lines. Don't worry about those diagonals for the minute. So you can see here I've got this tiny little skinny bit. This is what I'm going to be putting adhesive on. So if you work in 8.5 by 11, Don't trim it down to 8 1/4. Give yourself the extra width. Okay. And just gently bend those diagonal ones. They're going to go in. Like that. That's how they're going to go. Right, so that's the top. This is the bottom. What you need to do take just a little nick out of there. You can see only a tiny little bit off the top. Get rid of that thin little bit. And then cut straight up here. So that's the top of the box, just a tiny little bit taken out there. This is the bottom, got rid of that one. Separated all of those. And now bring in your DSP. I can't remember the name of this paper. It's fallen out of my head. I want to say it's Petal Parade, but I don't think that's right. Okay, definitely need a new blade. Or maybe I need to just hand that trimmer over to my children so they stop using mine. I'm hoping this is going to look fantastic with lemon lime twist. I think it's going to be very zingy. The whole of this paper collection is just black and white. Just gorgeous. That does look quite nice, doesn't it? Okay, adhesive down here. I'm going to use tear and tape because my fuse is actually too wide for that. The tear and tape is as well, but I'm going to show you a little tip. As you can see, it's just over down here, it's too wide. So when you peel off the backing, that I can't pick up, and you can see it's sticking out, it's too wide there. Because it's double-sided, you just fold it over on itself and it sticks to the other bits of adhesive, and there's nothing sticking here, it's all there. Clever stuff. Right, that's the back, so 2 sides in and the back. I'm going to grab fuse now because it's here. Push that in, and these, oh look, that didn't stick there, will pinch in like that to get this lovely star-shaped close. So you need a hole punch. What size is this one? That one would do. Oh, the handle's slipping off. I've lost the front and the back again. There's the front, so I want to come through this hole and sort of in the middle of that triangle part. And the same on the other side. And then I've got our brand new mini striped ribbon because it's got little mini stripes and it's lemon lime twist. Got a lovely collection coming in the spring summer catalogue. If you haven't got yours, let me know. I've got French, German and English ones. So let me know if you'd like a copy. And I'll pop one in the post to you. But yeah, really gorgeous collection of well, it's, you know what, it's just gorgeous all over. I mean, hello, look at this paper. Shiny, shiny. And why is that not going through? This is part of it. Or rather, the ribbon is part of that collection, not the collection that this paper's from. Is that making sense? Possibly not. Okay. And then feed this one through as well. So it's coming, it's gone through the middle. We're going to feed that over the top of that one and in through there somehow. I'm going to do this on camera without blocking your view. You have no idea how hard this is to demonstrate something with an overhead camera, concentrating on getting your ribbon through and not blocking view. It's like the Krypton factor. Okay, so I'm going to leave that loose for a minute because obviously I want to get my lovely crazy pandas on there. They make me fussy cut and everything, and I don't do fussy cutting. They're so wicked, aren't they? I didn't prep that bit of cardstock, or did I? Oh no, that's watercolour paper. So I need a piece. That is thick Whisper White. Oh, got my Whisper Whites muddled up. This is what happens when you're prepping and putting hard stuff away. I put my thick Whisper White in with my regular Whisper White. So I want 2 by 4 inches, so 5 by 10 centimetres. Definitely need a new blade. 2 by 4. And then I'm going to bring out my party pandas to play. How cute are they? Free stamp set. Free with a £45 order. €60. Look at these. This is how naughty they were. I barely even prepped the set. I'll have those 2 again. Actually, that's a different one. See, look. This was what happens on camera when your team is naughty. They're not, they're amazing. Wouldn't change them for the world. So we're going to have this panda and this one this time. Am I going to be able to fit that one on? Oh, just. Am I going to be able to fit both of them on? I might need to make that 2 by 6 inches. Well, let's make it bigger and trim it down. Possibly the more sensible thing to do. Let's bring a different trimmer out, one with a decent blade. That's better. Right, I'm going to start longer and then make it smaller. So I'm going to get my black memento. Do you know the twist tap tap technique? So you twist it, tap tap tap. I'm going to have that one there, because I really don't think you want me fussy cutting. Maybe we should just bring all 3 in. Why not? Because there's room. Although that might be too long. No, we'll stick with that one. This was what I was like the other day. Oh, look, I didn't put room. I didn't put room to scallop the top. Oh, should have scalloped first. Let's see how much of his head I'm going to take off. As long as I don't take his ears off, I'm okay. Oh. That's close enough. Trim up there. Let's colour in our pandas. I'm just going to grab my blends because they're close. And this is what they made me do. They said, let's do some blends, Sam. So I blended it on the balloon. I will assure you though, I do not plan on putting sequins on that poor panda's eyes. Thing. That was freaky. And they were all going, heat emboss, because I've always said no, can't make me heat emboss. And they always have. They never have, rather, so this time they got away with it. Aren't they funny? Team Poodles, the best. Right. And this is the kind of crazy stuff we do. Live crafting. No planning whatsoever. Okay, so there's my party pandas. Put on that bit of ribbon there. And then I'm going to tie all of this closed. If I just rip that hole, I have. Oh, look at that bow. That's quite good. And that is really quite a cute box. Lemon lime twist versus this one with the crazy eyed pandas. They're so naughty, but I will put pictures of this one up. Look, one of the eyes has fallen off. Who puts rhinestones on eyes like that? Anyway, thank you ever so much for joining me. Hope to speak to you soon. Bye.